Well, hello, everyone. I would like to welcome you guys to the show today. I'm Joy, and the topic of the show today is I want their blank. I want their blank. Have you ever said that to yourself? Have you ever looked at what someone else had and said, I want her hair. I want his car. I want their house. I want kids like theirs. I want their job. I want their life. I want their body. I want their discipline. It's so many things that we could think of when it comes to what usually it's in our heads, every now and then you may let it blurt out, but usually we say it in our heads and it could possibly be innocent, okay? So it could just kind of be in the form of a compliment, like you just think it's so beautiful. But then it could also be with a little bit of resentment in your gut when you think it or say it, okay? So you have to know the difference. A compliment is different. If you go into an art museum today and you look on the walls and there are all these beautiful paintings on the wall, they're all different. They're all done by different artists. They all have different things that make them unique. So you would go in and you would be attracted to the beauty and the uniqueness in each and every one of them. Okay? And that's sort of how we are. I think people are paintings. Yes, you are a painting, baby. So when I see you, I see art. I see something that was created that never can be duplicated. No matter what. No carbon copies. Only an original. Only an original. So number one, how awesome is that? How awesome is that? I always tell people you look the way you do for a reason. You need to look the way you do for your purpose in life. You need to be your height. You need to have your hair. You need to have your eye shapes. It's so interesting. You wouldn't believe that because you look at somebody else and you're like, why was this person so blessed to have X, Y, Z? As if they have this beautiful masterpiece and you are just chopped liver. That's what you feel like sometimes, but you cannot do that now. I kid you not. I look at people. Let's just talk about beauty and park it here for a minute. And so I'll look at somebody that's beautiful, a guy or a female. I'm just like, oh my goodness, look at her cheekbones, or look at her this, or look at his that. Like those are some cool features, just like art, especially since, I have a history in the modeling world that, you're just surrounded by all these people that look so different. And so you just, in my case, I just appreciate beauty. I just appreciate how people look. Now, when I was younger, I didn't know, I was basically brainwashed by what society and culture tells me what's beautiful. So I don't think I knew what the difference was. If it was something that society did thumbs up to, then I'm like, oh, okay, that must be beauty. Everything else must be, this is beauty, this is average, and this is ugly. And, you put people in these different categories. But when you get past that and free yourself from that bondage, because that's what it is, bondage, then you'll be like, oh my goodness, I love that person's kinky hair. It's so stinking cool. And then you'll say, I love that person's really dark skin. It looks so cool and rich. And then you'll see somebody with pale white skin and say, how stinking cool does that look? Like, just literally looks like milk. And you just appreciate beauty in all forms. And it ends up just kind of, I kid you not, you just look at it like artwork. And it's also different and it's also unique. It's also different and it's also unique. You don't want to be anybody else. You don't want their life. You don't want their wife. I just had to say that because it rhymed. Okay, you don't want anything that they have. You want what's yours. But let me say this, that if it's something now, and you can use someone else, let's say that just like when you're in school, your friend comes into school, they have a new pair of shoes, you like their pair of shoes, so you go home, you tell your parents, ask them if you could have those shoes. And then maybe they get you those shoes because you thought they were cute. And you both, we as females, we do that all the time. Oh my gosh, where'd you get that dress? Okay. And so that's fine. You know where they got the dress. You thought the dress was cute. You can't wait. That's different. But if you are looking at someone else's life or what they have and you feel resentment or jealousy, and you feel as if you're less than because they have it and you don't, that's when you get into problems. Mentally, emotionally, and physically, because all that stuff inside is connected to the outside. So it has a result. It plagues you in a lot of different ways. And it's not worth it. And it's dumb. It's dumb. Because a lot of the things, you usually don't trip off of the whole height thing for too long, okay? If you're 5'6", and you see somebody else that's 5'11", dude, you've been 5'6" all your life, you know you're 5'6". So you can't say, I wish I was taller. If you're the tall person, you can't look at that person and say, I wish I was 5'6". Like, that's done. That's done. It's over with. So you will come to accept your height. But you still are supposed to be your height for a reason, too. So you may as well accept it. But the things that you usually notice people have those jealousy tendencies on are regarding things that they feel like that person is lucky by having. And so therefore they are unlucky because they don't have them. And you will never have them because you have that attitude. You have to have the attitude, and I'm talking with everybody. Every time you see somebody, picture them with a glass of water in their hands. And I always like to use the example of water because water is freely available to everyone. Okay? There's different kinds of water, but just in general, it's freely available to everyone. So you can literally see that person with a glass and it has water in it. And every time you walk past people, see them with a glass of water and picture yourself holding a glass of water. And then you'll see how ridiculous it would be for you to say, I wish I had their glass of water. Why don't I have a glass? Because you'll look in your hand and you'll see that you have the same thing, exact same amount, exact same glass. Everything is identical. And that truly is the way it is. You can have as much or as little as you want, as much or as little as you want in the world. You can do as much or as little as you want. But it all starts with your desire and your expectation for yourself. You're spending so much time being focused on other people that you sit and neglect the one thing that could change your life, which is you, your mind. Start spending half of that energy on yourself and see where it gets you. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. And you'll be like, why did I waste so much time all up in other people's business and living through other people and wishing regarding other people instead of just focusing on myself and seeing where that would get me? But when you focus on yourself, you have to do it with a good spirit. You have to have an expectation for the best things, the best outcome, the best people being attracted to you. Best circumstances, the best situations, the best experiences. You have to visualize that happening. And the more you visualize, you wake up and you say, man, gosh, it's just so awesome having this lifestyle. I can tell that everything is for me. Nothing is against me. You start focusing on things being against you all the time, you'll find more things are against you. It's just that simple. You do it with negative things all the time. You just don't know that you're doing it. So now it's time to purposely use your mind and your words and your thoughts so that you can get the things that you truly desire. They all have a glass of water. They all have a glass of water. Now, let me tell you what's interesting. This is how it is. I'll never forget this. There was a young lady who, she was so excited. Okay. It was about 10 years ago. I'll never forget. She was so excited. She said, I guess she had been job hunting, and she said, I just found the job that I wanted. I prayed for this job. I really wanted to get this job, and I got it, and I'm so excited. And she said, and I get to be manager, and she said, and I'm going to start off with, $9 an hour, and this is like the best thing, okay? Now, she was, listen. Listen and learn, baby, listen and learn. If you're eating lunch, listen, lunch, and learn. Oh, that was just too stinking cute. Okay, so she's happy about that day. So let's say, fast forward a year later, she's still there. And she sees that one of her friends just got a brand new Porsche. She's supposed to be happy for her friend. She's not supposed to have feelings of, must be nice, I can't get that. Wait a minute. If we rewind the tape, you were doing the happy dance at the new job that you said, that you wanted, that you went for, that you got. So be happy. Or if that's no longer satisfactory, because maybe when you're a teenager right out of high school, something's satisfactory to you that wouldn't be satisfactory to you for 20 years later, okay? So things change. So if that job was satisfactory to you at that time and you loved it and you no longer feel that way, then you need to move on. You need to move on. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Because that's what you wanted. That was your desire, and you got it. There's people who probably make less than that, may look up to you and say, man, my goal is to get in her position. If you have that $9 job, my goal is to get in her position. She has a good position. And then there's some people that may make more than that and may look at it and say, no, that's not my desire. My desire is where I'm at, or my desire is more, whatever. But the bottom line is that there's no reason for you to be jealous or envious of anyone else, because you are the one who put your desires out there. Now, let's say, unfortunately, this is what some people do. Their desires are not based on their true desires. Their desires are actually based on what they think they can get or what they think they deserve. Okay. So that's not really what they really want. They had somebody to say, you know what? Let's say they had a father or uncle or just friend, anybody that just said, you know what? I don't want you to worry about anything. Just go out and do what makes you happy. I don't want you to worry about your bills. I don't want you to worry about money. I don't want you to worry. Just do something that you're enjoying that makes you happy. Okay? And then maybe it would be a different choice. But that's what you should be going for. You should be enjoying the path, enjoying your path, and not wasting this precious one life that we have right now. We are enjoying this life, and nobody knows exactly where their timer is. Nobody knows how much time we have. So it's like, you mean to tell me you'll waste precious, beautiful time on being ungrateful for what you have in your own life and being envious and jealous of the lives of others? You'll spend moments wasting time and energy into that. Days, weeks, months, years. You'll be miserable. And you don't have to be. Like I said, the height thing is there. That's different. But we're talking about stuff that you have 100% control over, and it doesn't have to be that way. You are making it that way. You are choosing that option. So you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. That's the bottom line. Or you change. Everybody has a glass of water in their hands. So you don't have to say, I want their water. You don't ever have to say, I want their water. Get your own water. Focus on your own glass. Focus on your own glass. Focus on your own life. And you'll start to look around and say, no. I don't have to want their talent. Because if you want their talent or their gift, then that means that we can't benefit from your real gift, your real true gift, because you didn't exercise your gift.